¿Dónde se esconderá? Es un
que le gusta el pisto y se mete lo que sea.
Abigail, not knowing what to do, goes to her mother. With a little consolation, tells Abigail that she will introduce her to an acquaintance named Saul, telling her that he can help her by guiding her to the other side of the river. Abigail, hearing the stranger, mockingly told him to mind his own business. The guide, seeing the girl's attitude, gets offended but runs after her. They see a boat pass by and call the owner. The mysterious man introduces himself as Salva. He agrees to take her to the other side, but insists that in return she will have to give him a kiss. Saul, upon hearing it, moves the young woman away from the man, and when they do, they argue among themselves. Abigail decides to leave with Salva and the guy gets disappointed and leaves. You could see a boy with his back turned with a woman who called herself Zaira. The boy talks about a job he had, to be able to recover his precious love who was being manipulated by a fierce man who did not let him be happy with him, his only and true love. She accepts but in exchange for a certain amount of money. Once Salva leaves Abigail on the other side of the river, he asks her what they had agreed upon, then they kiss. But suddenly the sound of a camera is heard. Then a hooded girl meets Thomas and asks her what's wrong. She insists that he let her into her house. Seeing her desperation, he lets her in. The hooded girl takes advantage of the moment to show a photo of Abigail and Salva kissing. Then angrily throws out the hooded girl. Once she was released by Salva, Abigail excitedly ran to Thomas's house. They meet again and Thomas explodes, pushing him and claiming his infidelity. So Abigail tries to explain why, but Thomas gets even angrier. Seeing his attitude, she gets scared and nervously leaves. She meets Juan, Thomas's best friend. Abigail tells him about the situation she experienced and they hug. Zaira, who turns out to be the hooded girl, after not receiving payment for her work, went to the victim's house. She angrily tells him that her best friend made a plan for them to separate, so he could be with Abigail. Thomas goes in search of his girlfriend. Blinded by jealousy, he confronts them and Abigail defends Juan, causing Thomas to explode with anger, even throwing Abigail into the river. She drowns in the river. Therefore, Thomas runs away in fear, leaving John alone with immense sadness. As he watched his beloved's body float,